movable feasts, graduate get-togethers, and fiber fun. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, June 9th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. Food insecurity is an unfortunate fact of life in these turbulent times, but fortunately, there are organizations seeking to minimize that insecurity. Fernando Ramirez visited with one of them.
We run a food fair every single month. It is a large-scale distribution event that focuses on fresh produce and protein that we offer to the community who is in need of food assistance. So we do this once a month, and we focus on making sure we have a good variety of fresh protein and fresh produce for the community. We are very blessed to work with the Order of Malta, who partners with us to host this event. They provide plentiful volunteers where we are able to serve up to 1,000 clients in a single distribution. We are so grateful for the number of volunteers that come out and support us each month. As you can see, it does take a large number of volunteers to be able to run both sides of our distribution station and to make sure we can get families through the registration line and through our distribution line in a speedy and efficient process so they're not having to wait too long and spend a lot of money on gas. Catholic Charities offers a variety of food services down in the Fort Bend County area. We have Trini's Market, which is a self-select pantry that is available to seniors within the community or families that are undergoing case management, where clients can actually come in and select the items that they are in need of for their family. We also offer a home delivery service. It is a small-scale service for families that are homebound or don't have adequate transportation. We partner with Access Health for our Food RX program, which is a nutrition-based program for food insecurity. And then we have our distribution lines. And we offer our distribution lines Tuesday evenings that really centers around working families so they have an option for food assistance, as well as Thursday mornings. We will serve today probably about 30,000 pounds of food, and there's no way that we could do that with our very small staff here. We have our volunteer presence is about 90% of the work efforts that will go into making today happen. So there is absolutely no way we could do this without our volunteer support. I cannot begin to express my appreciation for the number of volunteers that come out and support us with every single one of our efforts that we have here in our food services at Catholic Charities and in all the efforts that we do at Catholic Charities. Our efforts today are a community program. We are here for our community, and we just hope that every one of the families that comes through our drive-through line each and every time knows that we're here to support them and we're here to assist them, and that we all go through periods where we're in need, and that's what we're called to do, is just be there for one another and fill that gap when we are in need. Catholic Charities is in the Houston area, the Fort Bend County area, and in the Galveston area. We have a large presence in the Houston-Galveston region, and anyone who would like to come out and learn more about our programs, volunteer for us, support us financially, we are so grateful for all of that. You can get more information at www.catholiccharities.org.
Student success next.
In Stafford, diversity is not just a number, it's who we are.
When you are here, you become part of the story.
You can sleep well knowing we're always on the job and looking out for you.
It's a great place for growth and opportunity.
Tradition starts here.
We teach your children and we stick around for your grandchildren.
We are one. We are Stafford.
This is the city of Stafford, and we are one.
The end of a school year means high school students looking for their next educational opportunity. which also means that HCC holds its annual outreach program, the Teen Summit. John King brings us the overview.
We're here today for 2023 Teen Summit, with an awesome event that we host here at the Stafford location every year. As you can see behind me, on the side of me, our teens are very excited about Teen Summit this year, where they come here and they participate in multiple breakout sessions, which consist of DIT, where they learn about the drones, the robotics. We have career services that are providing activities such as the fingerprinting. We have student life that also have activities downstairs. Alongside of them is rec sport, and we also have the media filming arts, the science and behavior department, and the manufacturing that we have here. So our students go to these different workout sessions, and they're able to engage in the activities which will introduce them to the programs that ACC have to offer them, which is also in a connection to the STEM programs that they are participating in high school. It's very important for us to reach out to our teens and be a support system for them as they are going through their education journey and identifying what they want to pursue in life. So if ACC can be a part of that and introduce to them the different programs and the industries and the degree plans that's out there to where they can navigate to find their passion, we're all on board.
It's pretty important so I can get, just try to get familiar with the campus and the classrooms and what it will be like after high school. I wanted to learn a couple things, and I wanted my questions to be answered, like about some courses that I may be taking in school, and if they're really that important towards my college and stuff like that. I learned about the importance of some of my courses, about AP courses and dual credit courses, and how dual credit courses are a lot more important than AP courses. And then I also learned a bit of things in the activities that we're doing about some small facts about the human body or fingerprints. So I'm basically learning stuff about school and also learning some other cool activities.
This year I learned about fingerprints and VR. I don't think we did VR last year, but we did it this year and it was so fun. I want to gain new things for middle school. So I want to learn new things so that when I go to middle school, I'm prepared.
Well, I'm very happy to have the Teen Summit hosted here at Stafford. I would not have it at any other campus but Stafford. The main goal here is to introduce our teens to programs that we have that is an interest to them so that they can find their passion and at the same time have some fun while they're doing it. If you missed 2023 Teen Summit, you missed a great Teen Summit. See you again next year, 2024.
There are many organizations at HCC, and one with a spectacular reputation is the National Society of Leadership and Success. John King attended their recent induction ceremony.
It's National Society Leadership or Success, where it brings positivity in your personal growth. Also is networking with other people and getting to know other people from different organizations and different colleges and coming together and working as one. It's personal growth, scholarships, you get letter recommendations, and you get to meet new people. And I'm a talker, so I like meeting new people. And also you give back to your community. One thing we have done here at Houston Community Colleges is we do the Houston Food Bank. And we participate in that and give back to the community here at ACC. It changed me because I became a better leader, and also I get to, you never know who, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And you can meet new people and find out new things, and it can help you in your, go to the next level. You can meet somebody in the same major who already had some classes that you have, you're struggling with or maybe need improving in, and it can help you. One thing I found out is the scholarships. Some of us do have, we can't afford to go here or there and everything. And starting at a community college is your foundation. And you can also get the scholarships and apply for them and reach out to people. Like I said, the most important thing to me is the scholarship and the letter of recommendation, and you can go further like that. Well, you want to be a leader no matter what, and you reach out to them. If they have questions or need assistance, you're there. You do your best to be out there. I've been there sitting, waiting, and everything, but when you reach out to someone, you never know what someone can help you with and help you grow to the next level. So as the student vice president, I want to give out that leadership and show that I can be an impact on the community and, of course, HCC. I was a part of it in fall of 22. I was inducted at that time. Being part of the ceremony, we got pinned, we got our certificate, we also got our shirts and everything, and just looking back at it, you are part of a great organization. I never been through something like this, so it's exciting for me. It was exciting for my family also to be there and share that moment with me. It means leadership. It means that I'm going to keep striving to represent this great organization that I'm part of, to keep it going and keep showing that in our community that we are worth more than what is put out there, and showing that the NSLS is there to help you grow to your next level. One thing you can do to your peers is just show them the way, especially if you're in health science. You can, because that's the major I'm majoring in right now, you can help them grow into that classes and making sure they are going into the right environment, help them find their way into that program. Just to keep going. Don't look back, keep going, because it does get hard. And you do want to give up, and it's just, when you have being part of this organization, you can find people that can help you and carry you on the way, and that's give you positive impact on to keep going. It's a great organization. If you do get the invitation to be part of it, please be part of it. I promise you, you won't regret it. To me, it's impacting your community, being the leader, standing out, and we all needs to be a leader in different ways. Just stand out and help your community and grow and be a part of a great organization that's trying to give you that push into the next level.
Monkey business, next.
You can try, but you won't find another city like Stafford, Texas.
Serving our community just like you like it.
Taking care of you and your home since 1945.
We believe in STEM to learn and STEM to earn.
We're heading into college certified and career ready.
As a former student of Stafford, I take pride in keeping our classrooms safe.
We are Stafford, we are one.
Have you heard of felting? It's an important handicraft that played a big role in frontier America. The George Ranch Historical Park provides the practical knowledge, and Fernando Ramirez gets the story.
Felting is taking wool and turning it into an object, whether that's a hat or gloves, or in this case we're making small hearts and shapes. Modern-wise, you can actually turn them into all sorts of cute figurines and things to display in your house, but back then, historically, they would have done it with hats and gloves mostly. Today, we're doing what's called needle felting, which is a little different from what they would have done in the 1830s. This process is a little less messy and easier for the public to get a hands-on experience with, which is why we chose it. And what they're doing is they're taking little tufts of cleaned wool, and they are agitating it with a needle on top of a foam block. And so the agitation of the needle going up and down is creating heat. So what they're doing is they're taking small tufts of wool, and they are agitating it with a needle on top of a foam block. And the heat from the needle going up and down is agitating the fibers so that they try and stick together with those wool scales. And when you do that enough times, you actually create a shape, or sometimes even a full sculpture, or a hat, which is what they were using felting for back in the 1830s. While this is a modern take on a historic technique, It's fun to see because it's part of history and it's the way people would have done it back then. And you know, you go to Cavender's, you go to Boot Barn and you buy yourselves a wool cowboy hat, and you don't really think about how that hat was made back in the day, back in the 1800s when those hats were first being worn, and this is how they would have made them. And so I think it's a part of our history, it's a part of where we come from, and it's a part of crafting, but it's something we'll still do today, which I think is really fabulous, that we can still have these type of crafts still going and still being a part of culture. Every week this summer we are having different hands-on history, so it'll rotate around the park to our different historic sites. So you can come out every week and learn something new at each one of those sites. In addition to that, we've got Father's Day coming up this month, and we're going to be doing a special shooting class for Dad. So you've got to sign up in advance. You can do that on our website, and dads are going to actually get to come out and shoot some period weapons, both at the 1830s, and this year we have something new. We're going to actually have some guns out at the 1930s, so World War II era. The volunteers that you see out here today, these are our grits. These are our George Ranch interpretive teens. We've got about 35 this year that have come out as volunteers for the summer months, and they're going to be doing multiple programs every week this summer. We'll have different house tours and hands-on history. These kids are wonderful. They are so excited to be out here, and we're so happy to have them. I hope that when people come out here and see this, that they get an appreciation for the things that they have now and the way that we make things now. But also, I mean, pie in the sky, I really hope that they go home and try it. I'm a fiber artist myself. I'm a spinner and a knitter, and so those practices have been going on for hundreds of years, and to get somebody else excited or interested in it is one of my favorite things.
Is it our imagination, or does everything just keep getting faster? Fort Bend County Libraries provided a class featuring an ancient method for slowing your roll and creating calm: yoga.
So today is a just basic yoga class for all levels. There will be some meditation, just slow, gentle movements, introduction to basic yoga movements, you know, just helping the attendees know what yoga is about. There's some common myths that I like to bust, and then also just let them know how yoga can benefit them in their life, creating space and a body-mind connection, and stress relief, all of the things that we're all looking for. The main one is that yoga is a religion, and it's not. I think some people can practice it as part of their spiritual practice, but really it's just kind of a practice, a set of practices that is beyond the asanas, which is the word for the poses, the physical aspect. It goes beyond that in the way we think and the studying that we do, and being nonviolent, non-judgmental with ourselves, with our words and thoughts. So just busting that myth that it's a religion, that if you observe a certain religious faith, that you can't practice yoga, that the two aren't congruent with each other. So I had a series of losses several years ago, and so as a coping mechanism, I started exercising a lot. And I found yoga through that, but really resonated with it because of the spiritual aspect, because of the mind-body connection. It became sort of the coping skill that I went to kind of process my grief and trauma. And so I did it on my own for a while at home, and then I attended a formal class at the studio where I currently teach. And after I attended my first class, I knew that I wanted to teach it and share it with other people so that they could use it the same way I had. You know, nowadays with technology and social media, there are so many great yoga resources. There are some Instagram pages. I mean, I would just get on there and search and just start kind of feeling out those practices and what you gravitate toward. There are different styles of yoga, some that are more advanced and more fast-paced, others that are more restorative and a slower pace. So you kind of want to know which resonates with you. And then, of course, there are books, you know, the Yoga Sutras, the Yamas and Niyamas, that will sort of introduce people to the principles, the ancient wisdom behind the practice. Mostly, I just want people to know that yoga is just one way to create your mind-body connection in the fast-paced world that we live in. It's really important to be able to slow down your body, slow down your mind, and just become mindful of the things we're telling ourselves in our head. I feel like that's a source of a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of conflict. So yeah, if you're even slightly curious, I say try it. Find a good teacher and just try it out, give it a shot.
Trips to the zoo are fun and educational, but don't you just wish the zoo could come to you? In a way, that's possible, as Fort Bend County Library showed with Wild Things Zoofari.
We are a mobile educational program and petting zoo, so we can cater to all ages of children and families alike. And we do educational programs mainly where we just let the kids meet animals up close, where the animals they haven't seen before or might see in the zoo but can't get very close to them. Hear funny stories about what it's like to live with them, the truth of what it's like to live with them, because a lot of them are desired as pets and they don't make the best pets. So we're pretty raw with the kids about all of that, and if they're endangered, why they're endangered. And then for our littles in the petting zoos, we take smaller stuff so they learn how to be, you know, nice and sweet and calm around the animals and just learn respect for them for that. Today we have a spider monkey, a chinchilla, a kinkajou, a toucan, a kangaroo, and who else did we bring? Oh, a fennec fox is my other one. I forgot one there for a second, and a fennec fox.
You brought all the cute stuff.
I did. I've been with animals my entire life. So I worked for vets for about 10 years whenever I was younger. I grew up on a ranch, had animals my whole life. I used to bring home everything from horned toads to snakes, lizards, cats, you name it. If I could pick it up, I was taking it home and trying to sneak it in the house.
In the middle of a drive-thru one day. We live in Austin, Pflugerville, close to Pflugerville. We're sitting in line at Whataburger and we're about to order our food. I have the window rolled down, he's sitting on the door. I'm holding his tail like I was Naturius. That's, you know, like his little leash. I'm holding his tail for security. He knows I've got his tail, you know, he can't go anywhere. I needed to reach down and grab something out of my purse. Dummy me, I let go of his tail. Reach down, and what does that monkey do? Bails out the window. And I was like, oh no. What am I going to do? And if you guys have ever been through Whataburger, you know it takes like 4 hours to go through one Whataburger. There's like 3 cars in front of me, 2 or 3 cars behind me. Everybody's phones come out. There's
monkeys, of course. Kids like primates, they're fascinated with them. And then our fennec fox seems to be a favorite because a lot of kids learn about the fennec fox in school. Depends on my mood for the day. Typically, my lemurs are my favorite, my rough lemurs. We do have an Asian small-clawed otter at home. She's also my favorite as well, but she's very high energy and takes a lot out of you. And then I like my fennec. My little fennec fox is super sweet. But that's kind of it. Kangaroos are really chill, but there's not a lot of personality to them either.
That surprises me.
Yeah, but if you're here too for the program, you'll get to learn about them as well. And we tell about their personalities, what they're like in the house, you know, potty training, all of that, what they get into, how they get in trouble, how they drive us up the wall, and all of that good stuff. I just hope everyone enjoys the show, and we let the kids ask questions too, so if we miss anything, then we make sure to cover all of their wants and desires and questions that they have about them as well.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news. This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.